Hello everybody, this is Belal Shneikat from the Eastern Mediterranean University. Today, on behalf of my colleagues, Associate Prof. Dr. Mustafa Ilkam and Dr. Abu Bakr Muhammad Abu Bakr, I am going to present our article, which is about the impact of favoritism nepotism on emotional exhaustion and education sabotage, the moderating role of gender. We chose this topic, education sabotage, because it has been overlooked by researchers for a long time, and because universities in the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus recruit a lot of international and local students. These universities have teaching and research assistantship system. They use teaching and research assistants mainly to help assistant, associate, and full professor in teaching and invigilations. Teaching and research assistants are just postgraduate students. To be a research or teaching assistant, it means that you will get discounts. Sometimes it reaches to 100%, full scholarship, and also you get a stipend. So many postgraduate students try to be research or teaching assistants, and unfortunately, because the TRNC is a small country, people tend to either related or know each other. So universities sometimes recruit teaching research assistants who are not qualified, or let's say that they get these positions because of family ties or friendship. So in this case, we expect a lower level of quality in teaching. I guess this problem, which is recruiting and selecting candidates because of favoritism nepotism, will increase the level of emotional exhaustion for those who were selected because of their competency, and at the end we expect education sabotage to happen because of whether emotional exhaustion or lack of competency of those who were hired because of family ties or friendship. We started in our article talking about the detrimental effects of favoritism nepotism on education, because simply favoritism nepotism, it means that the person will be hired as a teaching and research assistant because of his or her family ties or friendship. Now, favoritism nepotism, as it was shown by previous studies, will lead to emotional exhaustion among those who got the job because of their competency. Emotional exhaustion, as we know, will push some assistants to sabotage the education by deliberately failing the students or slowing down the curriculum when they want to, or taking revenge against rude students. And actually, these behaviors are common in many education sectors in many countries around the world. In our literature review, first of all, we try to distinguish between favoritism and nepotism, because many people think that favoritism and nepotism is same. For favoritism simply means that giving a special treatment in terms of employment to the socially related people, while nepotism, it's same, but this special treatment is given to the family ties, especially nephews nieces, and also cousins. These practices, favoritism, nepotism, will spoil the effective selection and recruitment procedures in organizations because selection is not based on merits or competency. The tendency that unqualified individuals would be recruited is high. Subsequently, these individuals may sabotage the service. Now, the disharmony begins to appear between present employees and new employees who have family or social ties with a person in the top management, as Arasley and Tomer stated that in their article in 2008. This disharmony may lead to job burnout or emotional exhaustion. Burnout is a lengthy response to chronic interpersonal and emotional stressors on the work. It has actually three dimensions. It has emotional exhaustion, it has depersonalization, and personal accomplishment. Emotional exhaustion refers to stress reaction of being depleted and overextended. Depletion could be physiological and psychological. Maslach in 1982 stated that emotional exhaustion exhibits in subordinates as a loss of feeling, attention, spirit, interest, and trust. Emotional exhaustion causes frustration, which may lead to workplace misbehavior, such service sabotage. Service sabotage, as Harris and Ogbonna in 2009 stated, service sabotage is the deliberate misbehavior by subordinates against customers in order to negatively disrupt operational activities of the organization. Service sabotage has many aspects in the organization, like disrupting the speed of services, revenge toward rude customers, mishandling customers, displaying hostile behaviors, and frustration. Ambrosea and his friends in 2002 added that emotional state of frustration can lead to service sabotage, and source of the frustration like powerlessness or unfairness may stimulate sabotage intention. Also, other scholars in 1997 asserted that service sabotage can be aimed toward an individual, department, or organization as a whole. In our research here, because we don't have literature review about education sabotage, we adapted the literature from service sabotage because education is a kind of service, as we know. We came up with 4 hypotheses based on our variables. The first hypothesis says that favoritism nepotism is related to emotional exhaustion. The second hypothesis stated that favoritism nepotism is related to education sabotage. The third one is emotional exhaustion is related to education sabotage. The fourth one is that regarding the moderation, says that gender moderates the relationship between favoritism nepotism, emotional exhaustion, and education sabotage. These practices, favoritism nepotism, will spoil the effective selection and recruitment procedures in organizations because selection is not based on merits or competency. The tendency that unqualified in data collection, we collected data from 400 research and teaching assistants in 3 universities in North Cyprus. But unfortunately, because of missing data, we just used 310 questionnaire in statistical analysis by using Amos version 22. For our results, we rejected the first 2 hypotheses and we accepted hypothesis number 3 and number 4. Actually, it was a surprise that favoritism and nepotism is not related to emotional exhaustion and education sabotage. Of course, this finding proves that favoritism and nepotism does not always have negative outcomes. Furthermore, teaching or research assistants, because of strong ties with the employers, they tend to do their best to serve the employers. I might give an example here that if I am a rector for a university and if I hire my nephew, I expect him to give or to do his best, I mean in terms of teaching, because he doesn't have any intention to harm the university or to harm me personally. Emotional exhaustion, as we know, will push some assistants to sabotage the education by deliberately failing the students or slowing down the curriculum when they want to, or taking revenge against rude students. And actually, these behaviors are common in many education sectors in many countries around the world. These practices, I mean favoritism and nepotism, will spoil the effective selection and recruitment procedures in organizations because selection is not based on merits or competency. The tendency that unqualified individuals would be recruited is high. Subsequently, these individuals may sabotage the service. Now, the disharmony begins to appear between present employees and new employees who have family or social ties with a person in the top management, as Arasley and Tomer stated that in their article in 2008. This disharmony may lead to job burnout or emotional exhaustion. Now for our limitations and future studies. As we know, there is no research without limitations. Our limitations were cross-sectional design and self-report measures was one of the shortcomings. The study did not look upon the effect of leadership style and other cultural factors, and also the generalizability of our findings is questionable because of the sample size, and also the sample was drawn only from North Cyprus, which is a single country. Future research should adopt longitudinal research design, and also they should examine other factors that have the tendency to manifest education sabotage. Future research also should be conducted with larger sample size and in countries with different cultural settings. At the end, I would like to thank all of you for listening and watching this video, and I hope the good luck for all of you. Thank you.